Shauna.
S for Sonia. Today we're actually in Brownsville.
We are at a very special place in our College Hill Historic District on the College Hill campus, the Haywood County Museum.
I'm really looking forward to talking with Robert Rooks, who is the president of the Historical Society and is just so full of wonderful stories about the objects here.
I'm ready to go and talk to him. Are you?
I am.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Y'all come on.
Well, my name is Robert Rooks, and I'm the president of the Haywood County Historical Society. And along with Beth Shaw Tripp, we have really tried to keep the museum, which is a treasure trove of items and information relating to Haywood County and Brownsville. But I want to give credit to Lynn Shaw. If it's not for Lynn Shaw's efforts, there's not a museum here today at 127 North Grand, which we know as College Hill. But in 1987, the Historical Society was formed, but the museum was erected and begun in 1991. One room was added later, and then in 1996, we added a sports room. But there are 3 rooms on the second floor. Elevator is available for those that can't use the stairway, and the hours are not stated, but you can call 731-772-6693, and that is the Haywood Parks and Recreation Department. And during business hours, they're available to open the museum and show you what we have here. In 2 rooms, general history, dating back to the 1800s, and in a counterclockwise fashion, you can go around and see famous Haywood Countyans. We have a great display of Richard Halliburton that is not only known throughout our country, but throughout the world, and lived 1 block from this building, went to school at Southwestern. We've got memorabilia from him. A lot of military, wartime displays are here. If you remember back in time from the square, everybody relates to the corner drugstore. We've reconstructed and have the corner drugstore sign that we can light up in neon lights. From the Cream Castle, we've got a sign that says donuts. From the old Ritz Theater, formerly the Rice Theater became the Ritz Theater, we've got the neon sign that we can show you there. You've heard about the Peach Festival. We can show you a display of all the people, the girls that have been queens at the Peach Festival. So in this one room, it is really, and one visit doesn't do it justice. If you come, like most museums, and I challenge other places in West Tennessee that you can go and even find what wonderful items that we have to show you here. Harold Clement, we've got a lot of wonderful photographs that Mr. Clement shared with us, and we have one room that has those from 200 years ago around the Court Square in Brownsville. And then the one room that is my heartthrob would be the sports room. And that was opened in 1996. And every sport that's ever been played in Haywood County is represented in that museum at least one time. In the center of the room, we've even downsized and renovated the scoreboard from Memorial Field, today L.Z. Hurley Memorial Field, and you can turn it on and see a score in the middle of that room. And there are jerseys and shoes and photographs and schedules. And in this entire museum, they're one-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else. We've got in one corner of the sports room, there are items from the days of Tony Delk. And people ask me, who's the most famous athlete? Well, it has to be basketball and it has to be Tony Delk. We've had a lot of great people come through the football fields and basketball courts and track but Tony stands out because he made a mark not only here, but in college and in the pro ranks. But coming to this museum is something you need to put on your bucket list. You'll learn something. Bring your cameras. We don't discourage people from taking photographs. And there's a sign-in log. We want to know who you are, where you're from. There are people that have visited us from all over the country. But I want Haywood Countyans to know a little bit about it, and I'm sure if you came, you would learn. It's a great place for students to come and appreciate the history that we've accumulated here. Now, aside from the museum and our hallways, and it always interests me that we have these composite photographs of the different classes that graduated from this building as early as 1918, and the last graduating class here at College Hill was 1970. And all of these class composites are either downstairs in the hallway or upstairs. Most high schools in our area do not have those photographs available anymore. Not only do we have them, they're on display, and they're wonderful. There was a bronze plaque, bronze wording that in 1951 was installed on the west side of what today we know as the YMCA, well, the Boys and Girls Club, formerly YMCA Club, but built in 1951 as the Gymnasium for our Haywood High School. And the bronze plaque that was tagged on the west side of that gymnasium in 51 said Lloyd C. Wilson Memorial Gymnasium. Well, when they did the facelift to make it the YMCA and later the Boys and Girls Club, that was simply taken off and discarded. Somebody found it before it got tossed in a green box, and it ended up in the Lloyd C. Wilson was Butch Wilson's father, and at one time superintendent of schools, but in 1951 was the principal at Haywood High School. And he died of a heart attack at a Halls football game in the fall of 51. And then they named that gymnasium for him. Well, Butch Wilson luckily recovered it because somebody brought it to him and thought the name Wilson might be related to him, which it was. So when we're putting the sports room together, Butch Wilson called me and said, Robert, I think I have something you might want. Well, it came within an inch of just being discarded. So many things, and I tell people, if it's purple and white, get it out from under your bed, out of the closet, out of the attic, bring it to me. One thing I enjoy, there's a Coca-Cola, well, no longer here, used to be a Coca-Cola plant. I don't think they manufactured the bottles here, but they would take the bottles and actually put the syrup in it and tap them off here in town. And back in the 60s, I know some 50 and 60 years ago, the bottles on the bottom would have engraved on them the towns they came from. Well, I can show you, if you came here today, I can show you a bottle that's got Brownsville, Tennessee on it. I'll tell you something else about the Coca-Cola company. They don't make them anymore. We used to make 3 liter. If you can imagine, you've got 1 liter, and sometimes you see a 2. 1 liter is what everybody buys, Coca-Cola products. Well, in the day when they were manufactured here, we manufactured a 3 liter bottle of Coke. No longer in existence. The very first one that came off the assembly line is sitting to my right. You can come view it. So 127 North Grand, you can call 772-6693 for an appointment to come view the museum.
Well, Sonia, what do you think?
Robert is just a wealth of information.
Yeah, he is. He knows so many stories about Haywood County.
Yes.
There's so many wonderful displays and artifacts. You know, folks ought to come see us. What do you think?
They should.
Yeah. All right, until next time.
Until next time.
Bye, y'all.